Hello and welcome back again. Today we will talk about arithmetic progression, and this topic actually is in class 11th of various boards, and this topic is somewhat favorite topic in competitive exams. So we will try to discuss this topic in very detail and we'll try to see what type of questions come. ठीक है, so without wasting our time, let's begin and try to study the chapter arithmetic progression. But before that arithmetic progression, we'll try to see what is a sequence, what is a series, and then what is a progression. We should know this difference, okay? So what is a sequence? Very simple. Any sequence of number, any numbers written in some sequential order, in a horizontal order or vertical order is called a sequence. For example, which 1, 4, 7, 9, 10, 11, any number written in any order, random numbers written which don't follow any rule. Okay, you will get to know this rule when you will study about progression. Then what's a series? If you sum the terms 1 plus 4 plus 7 plus 9 plus 10 plus 11, then that is called a series. अगर हम उस sequence को sum कर देते हैं, so that is called as series. Now there is a difference between sequence, some a very little difference you should know. That suppose, let's call this sequence 1. Sequence 1. I interchange some of the elements of sequence 1. I'll get suppose 1, 9, 7, 4, 11 and 10. So it is altogether a different sequence. Although both the sequences are made up of same number, but sequence 2 is different because the order is different. Let's talk about the series for this sequence. So it is 1 plus 9 plus 7 plus 4 plus 11 plus 10. Now let's calculate this. This would be 5 plus 7 is 12, 12, 9, 21, 21, 10, 31, 42. And obviously, since in addition, order of numbers doesn't matter. For example, a plus b is equal to b plus a. You can add in any order. So since the numbers are same as they were in the first series, so the result would be same. So we can say that series 1 is equal to series 2, although the sequence 1 and sequence 2 are not equal. Clear? तो ये हमने देखा कि जो सीक्वेंस होता है वो तो ऑर्डर चेंज करने से बदल जाता है, बट जो सीरीज होती है वो ऑर्डर चेंज होने से नहीं चेंज होती है. क्लियर? अच्छा, देन व्हाट इज अ प्रोग्रेशन? प्रोग्रेशन, बेटा प्रोग्रेशन क्या होता है? प्रोग्रेशन होता है, सीक्वेंस में देखा था हमने रैंडमली कोई भी ऑर्डर में नंबर लिख रहे थे. प्रोग्रेशन, a set rule is followed in a progression. A set rule is followed. That is, you can predict the next number. For example, if I write down 5, 10, 15, 20 and ask you what's the next number, you can say, sir, that's 25. Yeah, 25. A set rule is followed. Any rule it can be any rule, it can be multiplication, division, addition, squaring, any rule that is known as a progression. Clear? ठीक है. अच्छा, सीक्वेंस सपोज दिस इज आई एम राइटिंग नंबर 1, 5, 9, 2, 3, -1, 4. अब इसमें अगला नंबर क्या होगा? वी कैन नॉट प्रेडिक्ट. इट टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन whosoever is writing it. But in progression, we saw that there is some rule followed. Then what is the arithmetic progression? Let's write AP. It also follows a rule. But what kind of rule? A specific rule in which the next element is obtained by adding a same value into the previous element. For example, I write down 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. So what I am doing is I am adding 2, 2, 2 and 2. Similarly, if I write down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What I'm doing? I'm adding minus 1, minus 1. So we are adding the same number, minus 1, in obtaining the next term. Clear? So that type of progression is known as an AP. So let's now deal with this AP in a bit detailed manner. So suppose this is AP. I'm writing down an AP 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and so on. So how do we denote the first term of an AP? I'll write down as T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, and so on. I'm just telling you some conventions. ये conventions होते हैं बेटा. ये थोड़ा ये याद रखना कि पहले टर्म को T1, obviously दूसरे टर्म को T2, T3, T4, T5. अब देखो T2 माइनस T1 कितना है? 5 है ना? T2 10 minus 5 is 5. T3 minus T2 कितना है? ये भी 5 है. क्लियर? T4 minus T3 कितना है? ये भी 5 है. इसका मतलब जब हम एक सक्सेसिव टर्म्स के बीच का डिफरेंस लेते हैं, so that is always equal. Or what I can write down as Tn, the nth term, minus n minus 1th term. Clear? n terms, nवा term, यहाँ पे second term minus first term, third term minus second term, fourth term minus third term. तो जो nth term, any I'm giving it a variable, nth term minus the term which is just before it, that would be n minus 1, tn minus 1, that is also equal to 5. So this difference is same. Everywhere you see this is 5, 5, obviously, this would be same. So this difference is known as common difference. Please note this down. The difference between the successive terms of an AP is called as common difference and denoted by small d. Clear? So I can write down this T2 minus T1 is equal to 5, which is D, 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 and D. Because we denote common difference by small d. ठीक है, यहाँ तक बात समझ में आती है. मतलब AP में हम क्या करते हैं? हम पहले टर्म में एक नंबर जोड़ के दूसरा टर्म लाते हैं, दूसरे नंबर में वही नंबर जोड़ के तीसरा टर्म लाते हैं, तीसरे नंबर में वही नंबर जोड़ के चौथा टर्म लाते हैं. इसलिए जो दोनों टर्म्स के बीच का डिफरेंस है, जो अगल बगल वाले सक्सेसिव टर्म्स है उनके बीच का जो डिफरेंस है, दैट रिमेन्स सेम. है ना? अच्छा, also the first term obviously you can write down it as T1. It is also denoted by A. जो पहला टर्म होता है उसे हम A से भी डिनोट करते हैं. क्लियर? अच्छा, अब आ जाओ आगे. So suppose there is an AP. Let us assume एक AP है जिसका कि फर्स्ट टर्म A है और कॉमन डिफरेंस D है. We know that T2 minus T1 is equal to D. We know that. So T2 minus first term is A. I write down it as D. So what's the value of T2? It is A plus D. T2 is equal to A plus D. So the first term is A, and if common difference is D, second term is A plus D. This is the first term, this is the second term. Let's talk about the third term. We know that T3 minus T2 is equal to D. So if I write down T3 minus the value of T2 we have calculated is A plus D equal to D. So what's the value of T3? A plus D plus D. I've taken this whole thing on the right hand side. So the T3 becomes A plus 2D. Pretty simple. The third term is coming out to be A plus 2D. Clear? Let's talk about fourth term. We know that T4 minus T3 is equal to D. T4 minus, put the value of T3, what you calculated T3 as, A plus 2D is equal to D. So T4 becomes, this whole thing will go and get added up, plus D, which is A plus 3D. So the T4 becomes A plus 3D. Very good. Clear? Let's talk about nth term. We know that Tn minus, okay, first of all, let's generalize it, then we'll talk about nth term. So what we are noticing here is that in the first term we are getting A, in the second term we are adding D to it. In this third term we are adding D, but how many times? 2 times. In the fourth term we are adding D how many times? 3 times. So in the fifth term, quickly tell me how many times will we add a D? It would be A plus 4D. Just generalizing it. In the sixth term, A plus 5D. You can calculate it. Let's talk about the nth term. A plus 6 में 5, 5 में 4, 4 में 3, 3 में 2, 2 में 1, 1 में 0. तो n में n से 1 कम, 6 से 1 कम 5 है, 5 से 1 कम 4 है, 4 से 1 कम 3 है. A plus n minus 1 into D. So we can write down the general formula as Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Very simple formula to remember, or you have already seen how this formula has been derived. Is n में suppose we have to find the fifth term. Suppose we have to find the fifth term. So what we'll do in this formula, we'll put n is equal to 5. What do I get? T5 is equal to A plus 5 minus 1 into D. That is nothing but A plus 4D. Okay, clear? Very simple formula this is. So if I ask you a very simple question, in an AP, first term is 4 and common difference is 7. Find the eighth term. Very basic question. In an AP, first term is given, common difference is given, and you have to find the eighth term. So how to proceed for this? We know that the general term Tn is given by A plus n minus 1 into D, where A is the first term and D is the common difference. So now here we have to find the eighth term. So we need to find out T8. What we'll do, we'll put n is equal to 8. जब T8 निकालना है तो इस फॉर्मूले में n की जगह 8 रख देंगे. So T8 is equal to A plus 8 minus 1 into D. So this becomes T8 is equal to A plus 7D. What is A here? 4. 4 plus 7 into common difference is again 7. So this becomes 53. So the eighth term of an AP in which the first term is 4 and the second term is 7 is 53. Just using this general formula, very basic question. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये बात? अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन इसी तरह का करते हैं. Find the fourth term, very basic. If the first term is -1 and common difference is -7 of an AP. Write down the general formula. What's the general formula of an AP? Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So now here we have to find out the fourth term. So we'll put n is equal to 4 in this formula and I'll get T4 is equal to A plus 4 minus 1 into D, which is nothing but T4 is equal to A plus 3D. Now A is what here? It is -1 plus 3 into what is D here? -7. So this becomes -1 plus -21, which is -22. So the fourth term is -22. Just basic formula, just for your practice, so that this formula you can use. How to use this formula? We are for solving some very basic questions. Okay, it might happen you can get this in 1 or 2 markers in your board exam. Okay. Now let's talk about sum of an AP. Sum of an AP. We denote it by Sn. Clear? So see, there is an AP with first term A and common difference D. So let me write down. It's all the terms A plus D, A plus 2D. Next term would be A plus 3D. Let's move fast forward. A plus n minus 2D plus A plus n minus 1 into D. So there are total how many terms? N terms. First term, second term, third term, fourth term and the nth term. ठीक है? ये पहला टर्म है, दूसरा टर्म है, तीसरा टर्म है, चौथा और ये nth टर्म है. तो इसे AP में कितने टर्म्स हो गए? n. So I am denoting it by Sn is equal to, I have to इन सारे टर्म्स का सम चाहिए. पहला टर्म प्लस दूसरा टर्म प्लस तीसरा टर्म प्लस चौथा टर्म प्लस. ठीक. Now what I'll do is, we know that if I need to calculate the sum, I can change the order. So I'll just reverse the order. A plus n minus 1 into D plus A plus n minus 2 into D plus, इससे पहले क्या रहा होगा? A plus n minus 3, A plus n minus 3 into D प्लस, चलो अब उल्टा लिख रहे हैं ना, तो सबसे लास्ट में आएगा A और यहाँ पे आएगा A प्लस D. ठीक, ये इक्वेशन पहली हो गई हमारी, ये इक्वेशन दूसरी. Let's add first plus second equation. What do I get? On left hand side I'll get 2Sn. Pretty simple. अब यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे? फर्स्ट को फर्स्ट से जोड़ देते हैं, सेकेंड को सेकेंड से जोड़ देते हैं, थर्ड को थर्ड से जोड़ देते हैं. तो फर्स्ट में क्या मिल जाएगा? 2a plus n minus 1 into into d 2a प्लस, देखो ये d प्लस n माइनस टू डी, d प्लस n माइनस टू इंटू डी क्या हो जाएगा, d माइनस टू डी माइनस वन डी आएगा और ये भी n माइनस वन डी हो जाएगा। ठीक, दिखा देता हूँ एडिशन करके। यहाँ पे क्या करना है, a प्लस टू डी प्लस a प्लस n माइनस थ्री डी, तो क्या होगा, a और a जुड़ जाएंगे, ये हो जाएगा 2a, बच क्या गया 2d प्लस एन डी माइनस थ्री डी, तो ये टू डी माइनस थ्री डी क्या हो जाएगा, माइनस डी, और ये हो जाएगा एन डी तो अलग ही रहेगा, ये हो जाएगा टू ए प्लस एन डी माइनस डी। अब इसमें से डी कॉमन ले लो तो हो जाएगा टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन डी, ये भी वही हो गया, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी। क्लियर है, ये बात समझ में आती है। आगे आ जाओ, यहाँ पे ये आखिरी वाले जोड़ दो, वही हो जाएगी बात, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी, यहाँ पे भी टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी। क्लियर है ये। तो अब क्या करना है हमें, ये टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी, आता ही जाएगा, आता जाएगा, आता जाएगा, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी। तो टू एस एन इज इक्वल टू, ये कितनी बार ऐड हो रहा है, कितनी बार, एक दो तीन, कितनी बार, जितने टर्म्स थे, कितने टर्म्स थे, n टर्म्स थे। सो टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी कितनी बार ऐड हुआ है, ये n बार, तो इसे n से मल्टीप्लाई कर दिया। पांच को छह बार जोड़ना है, इसका मतलब पांच को छह से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, है ना। सो एस एन बिकम्स n बाई टू, टू ए प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी। इसको थोड़ा और सिंप्लीफाई कर लो, n बाई टू, टू ए को लिख दो a प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी। ठीक, अब a प्लस एन माइनस वन डी क्या होता है, लास्ट टर्म टी एन, और a क्या है, पहला टर्म टी वन, इसको ऊपर लिख देता हूं मैं। a प्लस एन माइनस वन इंटू डी क्या है, लास्ट टर्म टी एन, और a क्या है, टी वन। सो द फॉर्मूला इज ऑल्सो n बाई टू, first term plus last term is equal to the sum of series. Hopefully this is clear, and try to see this formula and we'll apply this formula in the upcoming questions. Very basic question again based on sum. So write down the question. Find the sum of, find the sum of first five multiples of 9. So what are the first five multiples of 9? Let's write down. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. We can see they are forming an AP. Why? Because the common difference here is 9, 9, 9 and 9. The common difference is same. It is an AP. So the common difference is 9. First term is also 9. First term is 9. Common difference is 9. Last term, let's call it Tn. Tn is 45. Last term, how many terms? 5 multiples. So n is equal to, number of terms is 5. Just we can apply the formula Sn is equal to n by 2 T1 plus Tn, n by 2, 5 by 2, T1 is 9, plus 45, this becomes 54, and 54 divided by 2 is 27 into 5, this is 135. So this is how we deal with some formulas of AP. So what I request is kindly go and revise the proofs of the general term of an AP and the sum of an AP. And then when we meet again, we'll discuss questions only. Now questions are left. There are mainly two concepts and all other things are applications of these two concepts. So when we meet again, I'll bring to you around 20 to 25 some good questions, and then you'll be like perfect in AP. So thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully we meet again. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.